What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB. Once again, big shout out to my doggy, Martin Skirsis, for coming through and boosting up the coins. So, we got some breaking news for the unwashed masses right now regarding the chronicles of Big Conk. Yeah? So, I'll give you the rundown right quick. We know Big Conk. We know Big Conk and Pig Eyes, Darren Till, got into it. That's old news. Yeah, it was left out. The last time we talked about this was that Carl FROCH had bottled it. Right? Now we have an update. We're going to get to that. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to break down this video in its entirety. And then at the end, we'll get to the breaking leaked, never seen before. Yeah? Not that bad, that's what we'll do. So here we go, here's the first little clip I want to pick up on. And this one here, this first clip, is for all the Carl FROCH homosexuals out there. Oh, he didn't run off. He said he ran off, man. Now, whether he shit himself or not is something you can debate with yourselves. But I think he did cack his pants, end of the day. And if you don't listen, there's evidence in this video he's going to take the fight. Yeah, woo woo. I've been on the blower to Eggy Hearns and we're fixing to set it up. If it happens, fair play to him, he didn't shit himself. But if he's just talking on the internet like he's been doing, which is my base case, I don't think it'll happen, to be fair. But if it does happen, man, I'll take my hat off, say I was wrong and he's got a big set of nuts. Simple as that. That's what we do here, man. Yeah? You go with the base case until we see otherwise. I'm not going to... Let's end all we can do, man. That's all we can do. And he's been talking. Let's call it a spade. He's been calling out Pig Eyes for how many years now? It must be knocking on for a year or 18 months. Anywho, here's the first leak clip.
To reference Tony Bellew, but...
Wait there a minute, is that sped up? That's sweet. Bosh.
Come on. Don't put yourself in with that kind of class. But Darren Till lost the plot. I was eating my apple. When I'd listened to some of his nonsense, I decided to get out of there. And then it carried on. I didn't hear what he said because I was gone, but I watched it back later. But yeah.
Oh, he watched it back. He skirt out of there, yeah. He was... listen, man, I get it. Yeah. Carl FROCH got shook. Yeah. So shook that he didn't want nothing to do with it in person. He went back home and thought, let's have a look what happened here. Now that was close, man. Let me watch the CCTV and see how close I was to getting swatted by Pig Eyes. I don't know, man. That is kind of mad though, right? Yeah. He was there in front of you. Why do you need to watch it on TV for? See what's cooking, man, right? Yeah? See what's up. No? Scurried off. Yeah? Scurried off with Man Rye. What's his name? The rubber dinghy don? Scurried off. The rubber dinghy don. He went nowhere in the cut, man. He been missing. Never mind running off. He saw where this was going. He went out of there, man. He was outie, man. Oh, stop. Alright. That is the first one. We got another clip here. Let's get through these so you might not feel too cucked.
Discipline. Don't get into the boxing ring with the Cobra at any age and think that you can have any kind of success. I said it then to Manny and I still say it now. I'd absolutely smash him to bits. I stand by it. It's a mismatch. Now, like me, a lot of my audience, the followers of...
So we've got more of that narrative. I'm not going to go over this. We've talked about it a million times, but I'd smash him to bits. At the end of the day, yeah, if I'd smash someone to bits, and we're not talking about peanuts here. I don't care if Carl's got 10 or 20 mil. Eggy Hearn said the other day, Big Conk is looking at 4 or 5 mil. So if you've got 20, who don't want to add 25% for easy work? Or even 10%, if it's easy, right? You do it for 100 grand. If you could fill someone in for 100 grand, what, 30 minutes work and it'll be easy? Yeah, you hit him with a Cobra, bosh! Right, you just do it, wouldn't you? You wouldn't do no training. You just turn up on Saturday night and fill some plumber in for 100 bags. Listen, if it don't happen, it's because you don't think it will be easy. And that is the bottom line. Now, like I say, Eggy Hearn's talking about it. FROCH is talking about it. So we'll see what happens. But if he don't, honestly, I mean, it don't mean nothing to him, does it? He's still on. Right? If he don't, it ain't gonna make a scrap of difference to him. He up, yeah? Whether it's 10 schmilly or 20 schmilly, he ain't hurting. He can come on the internet and talk more waffle. It's not going to make a scrap of difference to him, but still. The boxing gods, that's what we must talk about. Spiritually speaking, listen, yeah? On this earthly plane, this wicked Babylonian plane, yeah, it might not mean nothing. But when Big Conk has to meet his maker, the boxing gods, and explain to them why he flapped it with pig eyes, that'll be between him and the gods, right? Yeah, a lot of men get caught up in this. Oh, I got 100 million, trillion, schmillions, right? You can't take it with you, man. The eye of the needle. You ain't heard them bars, man. The eye of the needle. So handle your business, man, or just zip your mouth if you ain't sure if you with it or not, right? You talk too much. That's the end of the day. So far, Big Conk here, he's been doing a lot of talking. That is the truth. That is the truth. Oh, AB, you talk. Listen, man. If someone put four schmilly up for me to fill someone in who is easy, I'd have been on that. Right? Even a million, even, like I said, 10. I'd do it. If it was easy, I'd do it for one large. Yeah? That's what I'd do if it was easy. Right? So come on. And all the Big Conk homosexuals, yeah, they're like, look at these comments. Oh, Darren Till. You know, Till would get it. Till would get it. You know, come on, people. We got to do better, man. If Carl's been stirring this up. If Carl says he'd make it easy, there's no, yeah, Carl, a lot of these cats, oh, Carl's retired, and why is Pig Eyes calling him out? It's not the point. It's not the point. Yeah? They've both been going at it, and Big Conk says it'll be easy. So what are we doing here? Get it on, like Donkey Kong. Yeah, don't be getting out your OAP card. And that is one thing that Big Conk does do, and I think that segues us nicely to the next point. He does throw that in there a lot. Yeah, I'd fill him in. Bosh! Johnny, bosh! Then the next minute, well, you know, I don't know why he's picking on me for. I don't know why he chased me out of the arena and I had to run home and watch what happened on TV because it was so X-rated in there. He didn't even listen. Carl, he just said, you saw who heard him. Carl was so shook, he didn't even want to look back. You see that one there? He didn't want to even look back, man. He was focused on going forward. He's like, I've got to get out of here, man. You know, let's assume a tidal wave's coming in. You're not looking back to see how the wave's doing, are you? Yeah, you focused on trying to get somewhere before you get got. That was Carl. Carl was like, I'm getting out of here. He didn't even look back, man. He had to watch it when he got home. That's the truth. That's a certain level. That's a particularly high degree of shookness. Yeah? A particularly high degree of spookiness at the end of the day. Carl FROCH was spooky there. Bottom line. And he put it on TV when he got home. That's mad. Anyway, let's now get to the next bit we got here.
And he's calling me on in a boxing match in a professional capacity. Different world, different sport. Listen, there's levels to the game, mate. Have a look over the shoulder. It's not your level. It's not your level. It's not your game. Stay out of my zone. I've been retired 11 years, and I've already said it before, and I'll say it again. It's a mismatch. Listen, Darren Till, I've seen you get choked out. Not once.
Not the tap and tight. There's the tap.
Not twice.
Moment for Duplessis.
There's the tap. Just like that.
But 3 times. Like a little bitch.
Get it, but this doesn't look
There's the
good.
tap. Derek Brunson.
And I've also seen you get absolutely ironed out by Masvidal. El Sparko, unconscious. Just imagine what I would do to you. Woo. And obviously, me being the 4-time World Champ Hall of Famer, been in there with the best of the best. I don't know what it's like to tap out. I don't know what it's like to get...
Alright, so you get the point. Imagine what I'd do. What are we imagining for? I just don't get it. Which is it? Oh, I'm retired. I've been retired 11 years, but imagine what I'd do. Listen, if it happens, fair play. But if it don't, it's going to look really soyish. It's going to look like Carl FROCH was born in probably, 2005? Tops, maybe even a bit later than that. 2010s onwards, they tend to be super soy, is the truth. Super soy, man. There's no real, you know that milk you buy these days, there's no real gear in that milk, man. It's soya they put in there. They say it's not from the cow. It's not from the animal products, man. It's soy. It's got plants in, man. Plants are no good. Yeah, you don't get big from no plants, man. I'm only playing the vegans are sick now. I'm only messing with you carrot eating looking dudes, man. I'm only playing with you, man. Soy drinking looking asses. But listen, if you don't fight him, Carl FROCH, is it Gen Z? That's where he's from. He's from Gen Z. Yeah, and Carl FROCH, he might as well start doing some TikTok dances. Ryan Garcia, whenever he was born, that's where he from. Yeah, that's where he from. Big conk. If you don't fight Darren Till after doing all this woofing, he might as well put a little wig on, put a pretty looking wig, get his hair did, get his barnet did. Yeah, all pink looking and colourful, and go on one of them marches. The rainbow flag marches, that's what you should do if you don't fight Big Eyes. No doubt about it. Anyway, now we got the waffling out the way, we can now get to the exclusive news. This is where it kind of gets serious. And we get the details implying to us that this is actually somewhat serious now. It's not just pure waffle. Here we go. Bosh.
Different kind of world, mate. Different levels. You know the game. So anyway, in all seriousness, you've tuned in because you want to know what the Cobra's thinking. Am I going to be getting back in the ring? Do I need it? Do I really want it? No and no. But I just thought I'd get the opinion of people that I respect. So I spoke to Rob McCracken, my old coach, and the feedback was positive, more positive than what I thought it would be. I actually broke contact with Eddie Hearn, so there's a bit more to develop on that front. I've also been speaking to Callis Sowland, who's really keen because he's obviously promotes Misfits and he's close with Mams Taylor, and family, friends, whatever. And I'm not writing it off. I'm having a little look in the gym. Listen, next week I'm in Las Vegas. I'm going to go and see the Crawford Canelo fight. We're going to be around all that, so keep tuning into FROCH on Fighting for all the latest updates. But when I get back, I'm going to see what's developed, see how the landscape lies. But let's just get one thing clear. Darren Till, I know you'll be watching this because you're interested.
Right, we'll stop it there for now. Because the next bit is another leak, but we'll get to that in a second. This bit here, though, obviously Rob McCracken, he needs some payday, man. When was the last time he got paid? It must have been what? I think it was the Klitschko fight or somewhere around there when Anthony Johnston punched up Vladimir, right? That was maybe one. Was it the last one? No, tell a lie. No, it was Double Cheese Ruiz. Double Cheese Ruiz won? Yeah, I think it was Double Cheese Ruiz won. AJ gets popped and then McCracken gets sacked. So yeah, he ain't 8 in 6 years. So he like, yeah, FROCH, you're looking great, man. Come on, Rob, man. He's 50 years old. You know, just say you're uptight. Big Conk got 20 mil. We know Big Conk is he's a bit Talmudic with the coins, so he ain't gonna share them. Even if Rob was on his arse, Big Conk ain't sharing no coins. But that's what Rob should do. Rob should, rather than get Carl FROCH in serious arm's way, yeah, Rob should just ring Carl and say, listen, Carl, mate, yeah, Rob, if you're watching this, pick the blower up right now and call Big Conk back and say, listen, Carl, I got to be honest, yeah? The other day when I was blowing smoke up your ass about how much you should definitely come back, I got to be honest, man, I'm on my ass. I'm on my ass, man. I just need some bread. Be honest, man, Rob. That's wicked what you did there. That's wicked. Yeah? Come on, Carl. I'm on my ass, mate. I ain't got paid since 2019. That's what the truth is, man. Listen, I don't care what no one says. I really don't. It's not like Carl FROCH. Sorry, it's not like Darren Till's an idiot. If it was Jake Paul, I'd say do it. Jake Paul is a proper idiot, fake Paul. Fake the cake, dinner lady, bingo wings Paul. He's an idiot. He's an idiot, seriously. A proper idiot. And for sure, that makes sense. But Darren Till, I don't think you can say he's an idiot. He can box. I'm not sure about his gas tank. But given the weight as well, Jake Paul's a 175er who's been pumped up. He's all soft and rubbery looking. Darren Till's never fought a bean. Oh no, he did make 170 at one point, didn't he actually? Initially, Darren Till. But he was dying there. Yeah. Fake Paul looked soft at... What did he fight Tommy at? 185? Listen, Darren's a bigger man. And I think he's better than Fake Paul as well. So, reasonably, I don't know. Just, why would Rob... I mean, I'm happy Rob wants it. I hope it does happen. Yeah? For my sake. For... What's the word? For biased reasons, I want to watch it. But as a trainer... Listen, if Carl said to Rob, mate, I'm struggling, and Rob's like, alright, then let's do one more. That kind of makes sense. But if you're not struggling, logically speaking, there's no real reason for doing this fight, apart from spiritual reasons, i.e. I've talked a bunch and I want to back it up. as a man should do, in my opinion. Because no one makes you come on here and woof off, right? But Rob's incentives, yeah, I'm surprised about that, to be fair. Happy, but surprised. Yeah? And listen, it's one of them, innit? I do think Till will do him harm, though. Especially when you think about the size. Carl Enter won. What's Darren Till? I think Darren Till's been fighting at cruiserweight. There's a lot of factors here. Age, activity, weight, height. It's not just, oh, I'm a boxer. Well, Mike Tyson was a boxer as well. What's the other cat's name? Look at Roy Jones when he was 48. Finished. And you can argue, well, Roy Jones was fighting a lot of top level dudes. Or Hopkins or whatever. And they was. I think they got plastered by some plumbers as well, though, to be fair, at the very end. I think Roy Jones and some other cats, Hopkins, got plastered by some proper plumbers at the very end, when it was like 50. Some of their last fights. Serious harm was done at the very end. And that's around the age FROCH is. And they was active throughout that time, more or less. Big Conk, what's he been doing? Yeah, now the good thing about Big Conk is I don't think he drinks a lot. He don't drink. He don't brass. He don't Pablo Escobar. So that is better than not. Mike Tyson, he did brass, Escobar, Chapo Guzman. And what was the other thing? Brass, Chapo Guzman. What was the other one I just said? Come on. Drink, liquor, hooch, moonshine. Yeah? Mike did all them. And all at once as well, I've heard. Yeah? For sure. He put the Pablo Escobar on one thing's back. Got the liquor in his hand. He was on the map where Mike was. So we understand when Mike's finished. Carl should have a better chance-ish. But I think, listen, 50's too old. I'm surprised. A lot of the industry man are saying, yeah, Carl, it shouldn't be legal what Carl would do to Darren Till. I'm thinking, man, listen, I get things wrong all the time. I'll probably be wrong again. I don't know what these man... What was the last old head you saw who looked good? I just saw Dillian White at 37, man, with 3 years off as such. So his brain, to some extent, should have healed from the Tyson Fury situation. Yeah? 37. Looks stiff as a board. Right? And he had a few fights with Christian Hammer and some other idiots. So he had some warm-ups as such. Carl, come on. 49 million. That's how old he is. Yeah, 49 million. No... He hasn't fought a year ago like Dillian White had, or 9 months ago. He's like, come on. Very unlikely, man. I see a lot of stiffness now. I don't know whether what they're putting in the water has changed or what's in our food anymore. I'm not sure. What's in the air? Who knows? Yeah? Well, that carbon dioxide and monoxide, who knows, man? But I have noticed a change. 37. Never mind 49, 50. They look old, man. Yeah? They look brittle and frail. I think Dillian White looked frail, man. Come on. Even AJ, he looked frail in there. Yeah? Frail, glass jaws. Dubois 27, stiff. See what I'm trying to say? Really stiff. Carl at 50, man. Come on. Come on, man. You're going to be super duper stiff with it. Anyway, like I mentioned, Eggy Hearn said he thinks there's 4 or 5 mil for Carl. And that's what Carl was referencing. It's been on the blower to Eggy. And Eggy said, we might bring DAZN. I know, I'll tell you that actually. Wait there a minute. DAZN do run the Misfits. They are the network for Misfits. But it's not involved with Eggy. So there must be different budgets or something. Eggy said, I might hop on it. And then we can maybe bring some real money in. Because for the most part, I think Darren Till's making like 200, 300, 400 large. It's obviously for the unwashed, it's like, whoa. But if you're making real boxing money, that's allegedly Ryan Garcia got 10 to 20 mil, for example. So Eggy could come in and bosh. That's what the implication is. Otherwise, why call Eggy at all? Yeah? If Calla and... Listen, I wouldn't trust Calla with 4 mil, to be fair. Allegedly. Oh, come on, man. You wouldn't see him again. That's what you see Calla do. Calla ain't... Listen, if DAZN let Calla... Yeah? If Calla was responsible... What's that thing you call it when you put in escrow? If Calla was responsible for the... Who here is trusting Calla with a $4 million escrow? I'm not. For sure, man. Oh, Obi, that's heaps of money. There's no way he could blow and brass his way through it. Are you joking? Are you joking? Come on, man. He'd be straight to Colombia. He'd be straight to the Southern America. Is it Southern America? South America. That's what it'd be straight to. And he'd be doing a tour. Yeah? Brassing and blowing his way all around the continent. And before it wouldn't take long, maybe a year. From what I've heard from some people, allegedly. It wouldn't take long. So I ain't trusting Calla with no $4 million escrow. That's why they got to bring Eggy in. When you start talking proper numbers, they bring Eggy in. Yeah? Because he isn't prolific like that. For the brass and the blow. So Eggy's got to come in, escrow the cash to make sure Calla don't get his mitts on some serious dough. and Darren Till and Big Conk can get paid at the end. Alright, here's the last little bit of a leak. And this bit's interesting. This sets me up for a video later in the week.
Lies. But let's just get one thing clear. Darren Till, I know you'll be watching this because you're interested. And you will be interested because you need it. Because you've not had that big payday yet, have you? And fair play to you. You're chasing the dream. But don't get any stupid ideas about you're the A-side. Listen, I don't want to big myself up. I don't want to point out the belts behind me, the unified champ, Hall of Famer and all that jazz. But people call me boxing royalty. I don't call myself boxing royalty.
Right, we can leave it there. Now, when I first heard this, I hadn't watched Pig Eyes' video. And I'm going to cover that tomorrow or Thursday. But I'll give you the drop right quick. Yeah? Let me tell you something now, Darren Till, Pig Eyes. Yeah? You listen here. You narrow-eyed plumber from Liverpool, heating engineer. Yeah? I don't want to hear no chat about you're the A-side. And I swear to God, the video I've got coming in a day or two, yeah? Because when I first heard this from Carl, I thought, oh, Carl's having a laugh, bringing up the A-side thing. Of course he's the A-side. What's Darren Till smoking? I didn't even think it was to be discussed. I just thought it was Carl's ego coming out unabated. Carl's just putting out there, yeah, by the way, I'll be the A-side. But no one's mentioned it. Little did I know, hours later I watched Darren Till's video. Darren Till's sitting there. And I assume what's happened is, obviously, Darren Till's video came out first. Carl's seen it. And then he's responding. I didn't assume that at the time. I thought it was just Carl's ego wanting to make a statement, I'll be the A-side. It's not. Yeah? Pig Eyes. Yeah, you know, Carl needs to realise I'm the A-side, and if he don't want to do that, I'm walking away. So I'm done with these cornballs, man. I was backing Darren Till. But after hearing that, Darren Till legitimately says, yeah, if I'm not the A-side, it's not going to happen. What is wrong with these Gen Z looking dudes, man? Yeah? Honestly, I'm not even playing now. Darren Till should take 30%. I wouldn't even say, oh, that's a bit harsh. I think 60-40 is like that's the political way of doing things. Carl FROCH gets the A-side and it's reasonable, but 30%, I wouldn't say that's. I wouldn't say 25 unfair. Yeah? Let's say the pot's 8 million. Darren Till ain't making 2 mil. We got like, what, 300-400 grand for Rockhold. So you're getting 5 times your last payday. Who can complain about 2 mil to fight an old man who's been out the ring 50 years? What do you mean? Who cares who the A-side is, man? What is... Egos are... Oh, walk away otherwise. What? What's wrong with these cats? Walk away from what? Fighting an old man? What? I don't understand that. I think Darren Till's logic is, I'll just keep fighting washed up UFC guys for 400 grand. Yeah? But DAZN need to step in and say, listen, if I was running DAZN, I'd say, listen, Pig Eyes. Yeah? And listen, never mind just listen, look as well. Yeah? Because you don't do a lot of looking, you're like this all the time, man. Look into my eyes right now, Darren Till. That's what you need to do. Look right in my eyes. I'm talking to you. Yeah? If you don't take this big conk fight at 25 or 30 or 40%, because you're not the A-side, forget about that. If you don't take it, you won't fight again here. Yeah? There's no more plumbers are us at DAZN. You take this fight, because what are you complaining about? Now, fair enough, if they say, yeah, Darren, you're going to get paid less than your last fight or marginally more, I kind of get that. Obviously, it don't make no sense. If Carl said he wants 90% or 80%, I mean, you know, but I think 30's fair. 30's fair. Because you got to entice Carl back. That's what Darren Till ain't really understanding. Yeah, it's not a case of Carl's an active fighter and needs a fight anyway. The deal needs to be sweet enough for Carl to even want to bother doing it. So yeah, listen. You never get the fight with you as the A-side, and rightfully so. Carl is the A-side here. He's not as relevant now, but what's my point? He's not as relevant, but I mean, Darren Till, who's that? Come on, you're relevant within the little Nike Misfits thing. You're not big like that. You're just not. And it's about enticing Carl FROCH back, because you won't get the fight at all. And it sounds like when people start talking about who's the A side and they're not the A side, like Darren Till, that tells me you don't really want to squabble, which is a shame. He's like, yeah, I'm happy to walk away from this. A minute ago, you was gagging, saying, I'll fill you right in, right now, for free. Didn't he say that? He said, yeah, we'll roll around on the floor. I'll fill you right in. Which is it? What are you going to set about him for free? Or are you worried about percentages? Because on the night, you sounded like you was happy to roll around for free. Now you worried about who the A-side is. Who cares who the A-side is, man? Manny Pacquiao, he took 40% against Floyd. These are just how it goes, I'm afraid. And Darren Till should be laughing at 30-40%. Why? It's an old man who ain't boxed in a million years. You should be gagging to have a go on him. You should be like, yeah, just get him in the ring. And that's what I'm saying. I've heard Pig Eye say that recently. He said, yeah, I'll do anything to get him in the ring. Just get him in there. I'll fight him for free type shit. I want him in there. Now you're worried about percentages. It's really annoying. Sorry. Especially when it don't make logical sense. It's like me saying I'm fighting Carl FROCH. I'd understand. Well, it's not exactly the same, actually. But you get the point. Who's Darren Till beat, man? He's not like he's even a UFC champion. And even then, fake Paul, when he fought Tyron Woodley, who was a former UFC champion, who here thinks Tyron Woodley said, I'm the A-side? No, they didn't. At all. What's Darren Till's biggest win? Couldn't tell you. That's the truth. I'm a super casual mixed martial arts cat. UFC cat, yeah, but I can't tell you what name he beat. Not in boxing or in mixed martial arts, to be honest. So what are you talking about here? It's not even like in your day you was the champion and you got nothing to show for it. You got choked. I think he choked you out, didn't he? Woodley. He bopped you with the overhand and he was on your ass or something like that. You definitely got bopped by Woodley as well. The moody wrestler overhand right. Bosh. So come on, man. Play your position and go and get this old head. But all in all, in conclusion, I kind of cupped you, man, with a, oh, it's happening situation. But in reality, I mean, FROCH, he might not fancy it anyway, right? But Till don't even want it, so it's probably less likely than ever now. At least a week ago, I was like, yeah, Till wants it, he's gagging for it. He can't wait to try and hang out the back of Carl. Now, he's getting all political. It's like, come on. Really annoying. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Check out my Patreon, man. Whoop-de-whoop. Listen, let me tell you something now, man. I don't need no more well wishes from the unwashed. I don't need no more RYB, you shit so funny, man. Send me some drink money. Yeah? Oh, it's so good. Where's a £6? You ain't got $6. You ain't got a drink for the YB, man. You, man, are wicked, man. Yeah, keep me laughing, man. Keep you laughing, but no drink. Yeah? I'll tell you what to do, man. Cancel one of them moody OnlyFans thingy, man, because you talking to some Jeet from Uzbekistan anyway, man. You ain't talking to no lasses on there. They got call centers, man. So cancel one of them moody OnlyFans and send your man the YB a drink and stop playing, man. Click this bindi right now and you get some fire X-rated content as well for your hard work. Bosh, Johnny.